History of the Original Benders, Part 1. Hello and welcome to the Amagi. We publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell to be notified about our latest videos. Today we'll be talking about the history of the original Benders, the Badgermoles, the dragons, the Flying Bison, and the moon.
One of these things is not like the others.
I'm sorry, I just had to put that there.
Today I'm joined by Avatar Critic. He has a great channel that's about all things Avatar: The Last Airbender, so make sure you head over to his channel and give him a sub as well. Unlike the other three bending arts, the original waterbender was not an animal, but the moon itself.
Or perhaps more specifically, the moon spirit, Twee. The moon spirit, along with the ocean spirit, La, crossed over from the spirit world to the natural world very near the beginning. At least that's what Ko said.
They manifested themselves in the form of koi fish and took up residence in an oasis in the spiritual center of the capital of the Northern Water Tribe.
And then they just danced in circles for thousands of years, and they never seemed to get tired.
Thousands of years later, in the Northern Water Tribe, a baby was born to Chief Arnook and his wife. She was born very sick, like she was asleep. Her parents pleaded with the spirits to save her and placed her in the pond.
Then the moon spirit saved her life by passing some of its own life onto her. It's basically like Horcruxes in Harry Potter. Her mother then named her Yue, which means moon in Mandarin.
16 years after that, the Fire Nation launched a massive invasion of the Northern Water Tribe, led by Admiral Choi.
It's Admiral Zhao!
Oh right, Zhao had previously visited the library of Wan Shi Tong, where he learned of the moon spirit's mortal form. He then decided it was his destiny to kill the moon spirit and eliminate waterbending.
So Zhao found the spirit oasis during the Siege of the North, and after some discouragement by Team Avatar and General Iroh, he still decided to kill the moon spirit, causing the moon to vanish and waterbending to cease function. Geez, imagine if he killed the ocean spirit.
This didn't sit well with the ocean spirit, who combined its power with Aang's and released a crazy amazing spirit attack on the Fire Nation.
Meanwhile, Aang's friends and Princess Yue were all losing hope when Iroh noticed that Yue had some of the moon spirit's life in her. Yue then knew she had to give up her life so the moon spirit could live.
Yue transferred her life energy to the moon spirit and then she died, her own spirit combining with the moon spirit.
The ocean spirit saw that its buddy had returned and ceased its rampage. It then dropped off Aang before killing Admiral Zhao once and for all. The moon then continued its role of sitting in the sky and orbiting the Earth and causing tides and stuff.
You could say it played in the invasion of the Fire Nation because technically it caused the eclipse to happen. There's also an image of the moon and ocean spirits shown in Legend of Korra on a stone wall in Tarlok's office.
Now, the interesting thing here is that the moon and ocean spirit koi fish were obviously based off the yin-yang symbol. But what's weird is that in Taoism, the white side of the yin-yang traditionally represents the sun and fire, while the dark part represents the moon and water.
And they made the white fish the moon spirit.
So yeah, they kinda messed up, didn't they? They had one job!
Oh well. Now let's talk about Badgermoles, the original earthbenders. Badgermoles are large blind creatures resembling a hybrid of badgers and, moles.
Yeah, who'd have thought? Since they're blind, they use seismic sense to perceive the world. That is, they perceive the world through vibrations in the earth via earthbending.
Thousands of years ago, the first human earthbenders, Oma and Shu, learned earthbending from the Badgermoles. Being forbidden lovers, they then used their earthbending to create a labyrinth of tunnels under the mountain between their two warring villages. Shu was killed in the war between their villages, and Oma was enraged and ended the war, creating the city of Omashu.
Badgermoles became a common symbol in Earth Kingdom culture, being represented in statues, tattoos, and even the Earth Kingdom's royal throne. They also seem to be domesticatable, or at least tameable, being used as Zambonis to clear Earth chunks during Earth Rumble tournaments.
When Toph Beifong was a little girl, she once ran away and hid in a cave where she encountered Badgermoles. She felt like she could relate to them because they were both blind and learned many earthbending techniques from them, including seismic sense.
Several years later, when a pre-Toph Team Avatar was traveling to Omashu, some nomads told them about Oma and Shu's cave system. They decided to travel through it to avoid being spotted by the Fire Nation. They eventually got lost in the labyrinth, and a cave collapse separated Sokka and the nomads from Aang and Katara. Sokka and the nomads... Hey, that sounds like a band name. Sokka and the nomads. They should have done that. They should have started a band. No, Sokka would have hated that. Anyway, Sokka and the nomads encountered some Badgermoles that were hunting wolf bats. Sokka inadvertently discovered that the Badgermoles enjoy music, so he and the nomads started playing music to befriend them. While Aang and Katara found their way out of the caves by following glow-in-the-dark crystals, Sokka and the nomads were given a ride out of the caves by the Badgermoles. Decades later, during Korra's time...
Alright, that's enough!
What?
It's the Amagi's turn to speak now. You've been speaking too long.
Oh, sorry, I just thought, I'd finish this part. I felt like I was on a roll.
No, we're on his channel. You've been speaking too long.
Okay,
It's his turn to speak. Let him speak now.
Okay, fine. Okay, it's his turn. You're right. Go ahead.
Thanks. Anyway, during Avatar Korra's lifetime, when Kuvira invaded Republic City, 2 Badgermoles from the city zoo were freed by Prince Wu, who befriended them with singing. They guided him to the city's central station. Then they tunneled underneath the city and took down 3 mecha suits from Kuvira's army when they threatened Prince Wu and other evacuees. Alright, let's move on to the original firebenders. Dragons. What the...
Oh, sorry, that's my pet bearded dragon. She always likes to be present whenever we talk about dragons. Do you mind if we finish the rest of this on my channel?
Not at all. Let's head over to Avatar Critic's channel for Part 2.